There are things that you need to know before it's too late when it comes to purchasing a condo, especially a pre-construction condo. Welcome future homeowners and savvy investors. Today we are diving deep into the glittering world of the pre-construction condos right here in the heart of downtown Toronto. But beware, not all the glitter is gold. As I said earlier, there are things that you need to know before it's too late when it comes to purchasing a condo, specifically a pre-construction condo. When you are dealing with a resale, you have the opportunity to get into the place and visit the space, get the feeling. But in pre-construction condos, you're buying a future value off of a plan. So you gotta know the traps to avoid. We are going to uncover the traps hidden in the floor plans, learn how to spot them early, and ensure that your investment is as perfect in reality as it is in your dreams. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor, you will want to stick around because knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to look for. So let's get started. Are you ready to become a floor plan expert? Let's go. First, I'm gonna tell you how to read a floor plan, and then I'm gonna take you through a few floor plans that I read or previewed for my clients in the past few days. Let's start with this floor plan here, which is a typical one-bedroom apartment. All right, this is a typical one-bedroom apartment layout. When you open the door, this is the entrance door. When you open the door to your right, this box here, this is your AC or forced air or heat pump unit inside the unit. Right after, there's a kitchen. This is a linear kitchen, and as you can see, this is an open concept kitchen. So this is the sink. This thing that you see, the dotted lines over here, this is dishwasher. Next to it, you have the stove, and the dotted line that you see that went all the way through from the fridge all the way to this wall, this dotted line represents the upper cabinets. This one next to that, this is your fridge. This is basically all of the appliances that you're gonna have and the cabinet spaces that you're gonna have in your kitchen. These two spaces that you can see, living room and dining area, or let's say living area and dining area, you can see that here. This symbol here is the balcony door. So this is a balcony door that goes all the way in the balcony, and these are windows, windows, windows. The furniture, you know, of course, TV table and sofa. In this side, you have your bedroom. This is a queen size bed, and you can see the location relative to the bedroom. So this seems to be a relatively decent sized bedroom. This part here is a closet, and it looks like a large closet with sliding doors. This part here, as you can see, WD stands for washer and dryer. So this is basically your laundry room. This is tiny, but that's what you get in a condo. Here you have a small closet here, and then you have your washroom here. This is a 4-piece washroom. We call it a 4-piece because it includes vanity, toilet, bathtub, and a shower. So this is what we call a 4-piece bathroom. And this is pretty standard. So let's take a look at the floor plan. As you can see, this is as typical as it can get. So you have enough sunlight here. We have decent amount of windows, and this is a floor to ceiling window. This is a partial window. You have large closet, decent amount of space in the bedroom. So this to me is a good layout if you are going to buy a one-bedroom apartment. Let's go take a look at the next layout. Layout number 2 that we are going to go through right now is a very typical layout when it gets to the condos in very congested areas such as downtown Toronto, where the land is scarce. So the builders are trying to squeeze as much as possible units inside the floor. So I'm going to take you through this layout and tell you why I don't like this layout. And if it's not about the money, you may want to avoid this layout. Of course, at the end of the day, it depends how much purchasing power someone has and how much money they want to invest in pre-construction condo. But typically, there are a few layouts. Let's say, for example, you would choose a layout to live in, so you pay attention to the details more than a layout that you might just want to buy as an investment property. My personal policy is that I wouldn't choose a layout for an investment if I do not want to live in that layout. So that means if I don't want to live in a specific unit, I'm not gonna buy it as an investment property. Several reasons for that. First of all, I don't like to have my tenants to live in a property that I wouldn't like to live. And also, if the layout is not very functional, you might have problems selling it in the future. So it will affect the resale value in the future as well. All right, let's take a look at this layout together. All right, this is your entrance. When you get in, this is foyer or the hallway. To your left is a tiny space for washer and dryer, which is basically your laundry. Another tiny closet next to it. So this is super small compared to other condos that we are going to review today. When you get in, you have your bathroom to your left. This is a 4-piece bathroom. Then you have a small area for workspace area. Basically, you can put a computer desk in here, and that's it. After that, you have your linear kitchen, which based on the way that it looks, it doesn't have much cabinet space. And I don't want to say that this one has zero cabinet space, but lacking enough cabinet space is a red flag for me. I don't like that part because your tenant is not gonna like that part unless you're dealing with students, for example, or people who don't like cooking or doing anything at home. Other than that, lacking cabinet space is a drawback. Then you come here and the kitchen, dining, and living, all the area is combined together. You have a decent sized balcony though. This is 15 feet by 6. I like the size of the balcony. You don't have a TV table here. The TV is mounted on the wall, and you have your bedroom here. And semi-large closet. The closet in the bedroom is decent enough. So basically you don't have much closet space in this floor plan. This is your first tiny closet, and this is your second larger closet. The doors in this floor plan are glass sliding doors, and they sell this floor plan as a one bedroom, and they call it a junior one bedroom. In order for the builders to call it a bedroom, they have to satisfy a few conditions. It has to have a closet, a door, and access to direct sunlight. That's why they're using these glass sliding doors in order to get the sunlight from the main window all the way to the bedroom, and then they can call it a one bedroom. So this is a typical one bedroom or junior one bedroom in downtown Toronto selling right now, which I personally don't like this kind of layouts, but there are investors out there who are buying this because of the price tag. All right, so let's go to the next layout, which is layout number 3. Okay, so the third one bedroom layout is similar type of layout, but there are two things about it. First is that the foyer or the hallway is super long, and in my opinion, the longer the hallway, the more wasted space that you're gonna have. And as you know, in pre-construction, they're selling it based on the price per square foot. So let's say, for example, a 480 square feet one bedroom can be more functional than a 530 square feet one bedroom with lots of wasted space. But on the other hand, the price gap between these two can be between $70, $80, or even $100,000. That's why you should be paying attention to these layouts before it is too late. All right, let's continue reviewing this layout. So the first drawback for me, which I personally don't like, is this huge foyer, which you're gonna pay, let's say, for example, anywhere between, it depends where you're buying right now. In Toronto, in the GTA, they're selling between $1,400 to, let's say, $1,800 per square foot. So other than this big foyer, the rest of the layout seems okay. Let's take a look at the bathroom. A standard 4-piece bathroom. Here you're gonna have a small closet. Look at this. This is the first closet that you're gonna have, and this is the second closet that you're gonna have. So in terms of closet space, this unit also is not so much great, because basically you don't have much closet space anyways. So imagine if you want to live into that unit and you have a couple of winter jackets, like a couple of suits and this and that, where you're gonna put them. So that's something else that you need to pay attention to as well. The kitchen is this typical linear open concept kitchen, and look at this. Basically your kitchen space is the extension of your foyer. Here you don't have enough space for your kitchen, so you cannot put a stool or stool bar or an island or something like that. Then you go further, and this is your living dining area combined. So basically if you remove this piece of furniture here, this space would become living only. Because of this piece of furniture here, they call it living and dining. So this is also one of those layouts that I wouldn't want to live in it, but some of the investors might buy these kind of layouts just because of the price tag. Let's go take a look at the next layout, layout number 4. All right, layout number 4, actually, now that I'm looking at it, this can be one of the best one bedroom condo apartment layouts that you can find when it gets to pre-construction condos without paying a high premium for it. Look at this cute and perfect layout. Let's go through this. First of all, it is so square that you fall in love with it. When you get in, this is your foyer, and the kitchen starts from here. So this is your linear kitchen, but you have a space here as kitchen and dining. You can put a dining table, or you can put an island or a bunch of stools here. So you kind of have a semi-proper, or let's call it, a space for your kitchen and dining room. To your left, you have a closet, and then you have your 4-piece bathroom. And the laundry, look at this. This is so cute. I like it. The laundry room is inside the bathroom. So you don't have any extra doors here, you know, because when you get in, if the laundry was here, you would have door, door, door. So 3 doors in one small space. But here they concealed the laundry inside the bathroom, which is nice. I like this idea. And as we are talking about, this is a 4-piece bathroom, decent sized bathroom. When you go inside, you have your living area. This is a decent sized living area for a 1-bedroom condo. From the living area, from your living room, you have access to your balcony. And this is a huge balcony actually. Look at this, 21 feet by 6. So this is kind of huge balcony for a 1-bedroom condo apartment. And then you come to your bedroom. The bedroom, this is a queen size bed. In most of the drawings, the bed that you can see in the drawing is a queen size bed. So you have your queen size bed, and you have enough space to the left and right. And here you have a small walk-in closet, which is a nice addition to the condo apartment. So in my opinion, in terms of layout arrangement and the size, this is a great layout that you can find in a condo, in a 1-bedroom condo apartment right now in the pre-construction sales. You don't see any wasted space. It is decent size enough that it's not going to be crazy expensive. Let's go take a look at the next layout. This is a layout layout number 5. Layout number 5 is also a one-bedroom condo apartment, but a much bigger condo apartment. Let's go through that layout and see if you want this much space in a one-bedroom condo apartment or not. All right when you open the door, you have your foyer, you have your powder room. There's one walk-in closet here, which is interesting, and you have your laundry here. The linear kitchen, open concept, kitchen and dining combined. You have your living area and a not very large balcony, but it's not small either. So it's a decent sized balcony. I can call it a decent size when it gets to the condos. Over here you have your bedroom. This is again queen size bed. You have another walk-in closet. This is your second walk-in closet, and this is your ensuite bathroom. There are two things that I like about this layout and one thing that I don't like. I like it that it has other room. So let's say for example when you're entertaining guests, they don't need to go to this washroom or use this washroom. They can easily use this powder room here, and you have two walk-in closets. Also you have enough decent space here to entertain a larger group of friends. What I don't like about it is that this square footage of 657 square feet. This also gives you a higher price tag because of the larger space. However, if you want to rent this place out, you gotta calculate that if I can make that much money on a one bedroom, or let's say if there are tenants out there, they're looking for one bedroom, they are gonna go for a smaller one bedroom condo units, which are, let's say for example, around 500 square feet. If you're thinking purely investment, this may not be the best layout for you. Because let's say for example, it depends on the location. If you can rent out this place, this one bedroom here for let's say $2,600, I'm just saying some average building downtown. And the previous layout that we saw, the square one, you can rent that out, let's say $2,400 or $2,500. The gap that you're gonna have is, let's say for example, between $100 to $200 monthly rental payments. But because you're looking at 150 square feet larger space, your purchase price would be also proportionately higher. So it depends. If you want to live in a condo unit, this might be a good layout. But if you're an investor, I wouldn't like to have one bedroom apartment in just 650 square feet space. All right, next one is the floor plan number 6. This is the main entrance. To your left, you have your 4-piece bathroom and laundry. I don't see any coach check here or any closets here. That is something that I don't like. But let's go take a look at the rest of the unit. This is your living area. This is good. And your dining area, your linear kitchen, same typical open concept kitchen. The living room for a 2-bedroom condo seems a little bit narrow, but that's fine. It will do. Let's go to the rest of it. You have another ensuite here. This is your primary bedroom. Primary bedroom is actually decent size. Look at this, almost 11 by 9, which is good. This is a 3-piece, by the way. This sign, this means that this is a shower. So this is a 3-piece ensuite bathroom. Here you have another decent sized bedroom. Another issue that I have, so basically the main issue that I see in this floor plan is lack of the closet space for a 2-bedroom condo. First, there is no closet space here at the foyer or at the entrance, and other than that, the main or the primary bedroom has a tiny closet here. So basically you have two small closets here and there only in the bedroom. So if you have guests coming, where you're gonna put the coats or other stuff. Other than that, the balcony seems normal size, which is good. Yeah, other than that, I don't see any like major issues with this floor plan. Based on what I see, this seems to be an investor friendly kind of thing. Okay, the next floor plan is a larger unit. Let's take a look at this. This is your entrance. You have a large closet here, which I really like a large closet. There you have your laundry. Next to the laundry, there's also a storage space, which you can put your other stuff. I like that idea. And then you have your powder room here. So if you're gonna have any guests here, entertaining guests, they can use this powder room without going to any of these bathrooms. The kitchen is also linear, but it's like L-shaped kitchen. So that gives you more cabinet space. As you can see, this area, this is all cabinet space. I like that about this kitchen. And you have kitchen, dining, living area. Compared to downtown condos, this is a good size living, dining space. So now take a look at the rest of it. This is the bathroom, the first bathroom, 4-piece bathroom. This is an ensuite. It has a divider that separates this toilet from the vanities and the shower. This is a 3-piece, let's say, no, actually this is 4-piece because we have 2 vanities, but it would be working as a 3-piece because this is a shower. Here in your primary suite, you have your walk-in closet. This is a decent size primary bedroom. I like this. Here you're gonna have a smaller closet in the second bedroom. It is no big deal because you have a larger closet here. So overall, this is an okay layout, or better than okay, let's call it better than okay. It depends how much money you're gonna spend, because again, this is a good layout to live in it. But if you're an investor, you probably don't want this part, or you want this part squeezed somewhere here. So overall, this is okay. Let's go and take a look at the next layout. This is layout number 8, and look how beautifully this layout puts a 2-bedroom condo in 700 square feet space. Let's take a look at this one. When you get into the foyer, to your left is your laundry, then it is your 4-piece bathroom. You have your coat check here, your closet here, and then you have your bedroom here. Again, this part has to be glass because they have to show that they are getting the direct sunlight somehow to the bedroom in order to call it a bedroom and sell this condo as a 2-bedroom unit. But this is the second bedroom, so this is okay. Your kitchen is a typical linear kitchen, not much cabinet space. You have some cabinet space here and some top cabinet space. So in terms of cabinet space, you don't have much cabinet space here. You have your kitchen dining area and you have your living area separate. This is a normal size balcony, 10 by 5, but you have a very decent size primary bedroom. And your ensuite is also a 4-piece ensuite. Oh, sorry, my bad. I gotta explain it to you. This sounds like a bathtub, but this is not a bathtub. This is a shower. So this ensuite is 3-piece. I'm correcting myself. And you have a walk-in closet here. So this is a decent size primary bedroom, smaller second bedroom. And look at this. They put all this in 700 square feet. So compare this with the previous layout that we saw. The previous layout was end user friendly, but this layout is an investor friendly layout. With 700 square feet, you have a 2-bedroom, 2-washroom. So far by comparing, let's say, at least the last 2 floor plans, you got a sense of what is an end user friendly condo apartment layout and what is an investor friendly condo apartment layout. Let's go through the next few options together. Actually, I'm going to show you only 2 condo apartments, and these are the Bachelor studio units. So you get a sense of the smaller micro units as well. This condo layout, believe it or not, is 275 square feet. My buddy Mark that works with me, he calls these layouts as pods. As Mark says, let's take a look at this pod. When you open the door, you have your kitchen here, linear kitchen. Basically, the door opens to the kitchen. This is your micro, small, tiny dishwasher. There are not much cabinet space. This is your tiny sink, and this is a cooktop, a fridge, and this is your foyer, washer, dryer, and this is your AC. This is a small study area, and this is the only closet in your apartment, the tiny closet. And this is the living, sleeping area. Here you have your 3-piece bathroom. This is a shower, just so you know. And this is your 3-piece bathroom. So believe it or not, this tiny unit, of course it depends on the season. For example, summer month, which the rental market is hot, could fetch around $2,000 per month. And if you divide that number by the size of this floor plan, it is over $7 per square foot. That's a crazy rental income when it gets to the micro units. These are popular among investors, but I personally don't like them. I always believe that I should buy something that I would live in it if I was a tenant. Alright, let me show you the next one. This one is floor plan number 10. This one is 380 square feet and probably is gonna fetch the same rental amount, maybe $50 more per month. But this is almost 100 square feet larger than the previous layout that we saw. However, the rental income could be the same or maybe a slightly higher, maybe by $40-50 a month. Now, when you compare these 2 layouts, because of the 100 square feet larger space that you're gonna get, so your price tag is also going to be higher proportionately. So if you want to go cheap and choose between these 2 layouts, maybe the layout number 1 would be a better option. However, let's take a look at this layout together. So first, when you open the door, you have large foyer. You're paying money for this space, which is not usable by your tenant. Here you have a small study area, which I don't even call this a study area. This is your small closet here. This is your bathroom, and this is a 3-piece bathroom. This is not a bathtub. This is a 3-piece bathroom. This space also here is wasted space. So basically, you are giving your tenant this much space to enjoy, and this much space here, and this much space here. And you are paying for this space and this space. The kitchen is pretty much the same size, the linear tiny kitchen, no cabinet space, or like near zero cabinet space. I don't want to say zero cabinet space, but it might have some cabinet space here and there. But to me, it is near zero cabinet space. So now, after comparing these 10 layouts that we reviewed in this video, you're gonna get some sense and some idea of how to spot the bad layouts. If you need someone to review a layout with you, you can contact me or my team. I'm gonna put a link down in the description if you need to book a consultation meeting with us. Hope this video brought value to you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channels. Until next time, have a great day.